All right. Peace, everybody. What's going on? So, it's been a minute, but I got a video for you guys, man. And it's an update to the drum processing that I do. So, I'm going to show you how I process my drums, like an updated version of this, because I was telling you about the process and replace, where you process the drum sound and then you resample it and replace it. And I'm going to show you the way that I take drum sounds and enhance them or change the character and make them beefier, make them rounder. And yeah, let me jump into it. These are just little tools that you can take and do what you will with them, man. You know, just pass it on. What little stuff that I do, you can add it to your arsenal, add it to your weaponry, and keep pushing. I got another video coming next week talking about how I sound design, and sound design not just by making sounds from scratch, but sound design by combining sounds and making new sounds. So I got a video showing you how I do that. It's going to be similar to doing it this way. So here we go. Using the SMT. So from here, this is always for new. I'm showing you how to do this as if you've never used the MV before. That's just how I do it. I go through every step. So for somebody that really wants to learn, I've watched videos of people that know what they're doing, but they don't really know how to explain it to people so they get it. So hopefully I can explain it to where you can get it, and it's not it's not tough. All we want to do is make music. We're not trying to be technical here. So I always use the easiest route. So I got a kick and a snare here. Now they sound good. They sound all right. I can hear them in an R&B track. You know, something like that. But I might want to change the character. I might like the tone. I might want to change the tone and the character. And this is how I do it. So let me start. First off, let me copy this to here, which means here's my kick. C1 is my first kick, and E1 is my copied kick, and the same thing with the snare. So we can see the difference later. So I'm going to leave B0 and C1 alone and work on E1 and D sharp 1. So, all right. So here we go. So kick drum first. So I just want to make it rounder, beefier, and punchier. It's cool, but it's not going to cut through a mix. That's not going to cut through a mix. You know what I mean? So here we go. So first thing I do is go to quick edit and go. The first thing I do is I'll use this filter right here. So what I want to do is I want to make it beefier or punchier. So I will use a band pass, and a band pass just narrows in on a certain frequency. So right around in here, it gets bigger, rounder. Sometimes you can even use the Q or the resonance as a cue to even push it. You will hear it start to distort. So right around in here is where I want it. What I do is I resample this, right, and trim it. Now, I would advise doing this. This is sound design. It's sound design on a smaller level. It's not making sounds from scratch with synthesis, but this is still sound designing. I'm getting ready to design this kick the way I want it to sound. It sounds like this right now, but I'm going to design it to the way that I want it to sound. Okay. So from here, what you do is just hit OK, I'm going to first truncate this and then normalize it, and then I'm gonna hit OK. What I want to do from here, these are the steps, so you can do this every single time. What I'm going to do from here is go to quick edit again and go right back to the pad I was at. Now I'm going to change these values back. You see, you should do this sound design your drums, get you some kicks, get you some snares, and put them on a pad and start designing. You should do this. Don't worry about making a beat. Just take a day or an hour or 30 minutes, however long it takes you, and just design you some drum sounds the way you want them, the way I'm getting ready to show you. Design you some drum sounds and then make a beat later, or then make a beat after you get done. Don't try to make a beat and do this. It's just not going to be fun. Now I will do this while it's just a part of my workflow. Making beats is not a fast process. I like to sit with my stuff. I like to try to make sure every stone is not, make sure, I got everything. So next step is I'm back to my kick. I just changed the values back. Next, I want to go to my SMT. This is my kick. I go right here to the next one under it and go to list. Now, if you started from a blank session, you have nothing in this sample list but what you just sampled. But I have stuff in here, so I know the very last thing that I sampled is down here. And I will select it. Now it's here. Turn it off. Uh-oh, excuse me. Go back one. Turn it off. Turn it on. Uh-oh, bigger. Okay, wait. Let's shift this second one up one. Off. Down. That's cool. That's beefier. Let's turn it off. Right. Oh. So then you can take the level and blend. I might not want it that beefy. Different tone. You hear that? It's like somebody knocking on the door. Dot, dot, dot. Okay, so this right here, you just do it to taste. Wherever you feel like it sounds good, check it. Yes, it enhanced it. You always want to make sure it's actually doing something, enhancing it the way you want it to do. It's off. So yes, it's definitely enhancing what I want it to do. I can go down or I can go here. It kind of sounds like it's phasing itself out. Here it's boom, it's round, right? Let's go up one. Kind of the same way. You may want that for something, but right here, it's cool. So this is what I'll do next. This is what I do. I'll resample this. Let me make sure that my normalize is always on. You see how it went into the red, but you see the drum sound right here? It protects it. I know it's analog, but it protects it. It's not cut off right here at the top. It's just round. You see how it's round? It's not crushed. It looks like it is when you go back. It looks like it could be cut off at the top, but when you actually blow it up, it's not. It's just round, and that's what you want. That's what you want. That's analog. Digital would be like this, would be like a square, and you can see it's kind of square here, but it's still round. So let's audition it. Beefier. Now here we go. So a patch and replace it right here on this pad. Overwrite, yes. Quick edit. That was process number one. Now I talked through it. It wouldn't have took so long, but I talked through it to make sure you understood what I was doing. So that's the first step. The next step is what I'll do is I'll go to the EQ, go to the mixer. From here, hit mixer. Parts 1 through 8. It's on, and go to EQ. It's on. Wait a minute. I'm on 2. Okay. Wherever your track is, that's where you go to. I'm on 2. EQ, I'm turning it on. What I want to do, what I'm doing with the EQ, this is a parametric EQ for people that don't know. And this EQ is really good. What I'm going to do is I want to clean it up and make it sound clearer, because when my kick cuts through the mix, I want it to be separate from a bass line or a bass sound and a kick. I want my kick to be recognized as a kick. Yeah, but if I had bass playing at this, they'd kind of muffle together. I'd have to side chain and do some other stuff, but this is what I do to clean it up. So I turn it on, and what I'm going to do first is turn the highs up, and then right here is where the frequencies are. I'm going to sweep this frequency until I hear it clean to where I think it sounds clean. I'm going to punch, punch, and sweep. Hear how it starts, the knock starts to come into it, and it starts getting the top end starts to really clean up. Back the other way. Somewhere around right there. So let me come out of it just a little bit. Just wanna, now let me turn it off and see if it made any difference. Oh yeah, okay. And now here I wanna find the punch or knock. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna boost and then I'm gonna sweep. 160 or 140, usually always. So, but what I'm going to do, come out a little bit more, for sure. And with this, I'm going to leave it alone for right now. Actually, I'll go -1, and you know the drill. Next step, I'm going to go straight to sample and resample this. Now, look at how it continues to change. And it's still round right here. It's still round. And all I really did was gave it some top end and gave it a little punch. Let's audition it. Okay. Okay. Patch. Right back on this pad again and resample and overwrite. Sorry. Can't talk today. Overwrite. And we're right back to this kick. Now it's snappier, it's rounder, and I got one more little trick that I do. Now, let's go back. Put a high pass on this. If I'm sending it to my board, which I usually do, get rid of some of the extra stuff that doesn't need to be around it, around the, something like that, around 30, 31. And you can boost. See, look at this. All this stuff you can do just with the filters. Just with the filters. All this stuff you can do to make this. And what I'll do one more time, resample it one more time. Because what it does, look at the waves now. You see how they keep changing? This is why I say just take your time and just design you some sounds. Don't worry about, you know, once again, replace this, overwrite it, yes. Quick edit, go right back to it. And you're probably asking, okay, why aren't you just stacking stuff here? Because the reason why I'm not stacking stuff, and you can, I'll show you. The reason why I'm not stacking anything is because I want my drum sound to be exactly like this when I'm ready to record. I don't want it to have to enhance it. I want everything enhanced. Then it goes to the board or then it goes to the DAW. So once everything is enhanced, then I can come here and start adding stuff. Or you can add it. You can add it anyway. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to add one more thing. Actually, I'm going to do one more thing to this. Is what I usually do. Is to make it sound like a top-notch drum kit that people like, is I'm going to turn this high pass. Same drum sound. I just use the same drum sound, and you're getting ready to hear the difference between kicks in a minute. Is I put the high pass on. Excuse me. I'm trying to go to. Okay, you hear that? I'm going to resample that. Right? I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. Always get your chops tight. Always. You can do all kinds of stuff when your chops are tight, you can do all kinds of stuff. Okay, from here, I'm going to hit OK. Right? And then I'm going to go to quick edit. And then I'm going to change this value back. Right? And then I am going to go to the SMT. Okay, yeah. And go to list. And the very last thing that I sampled, which is right here, I'm going to add it in. Now here we go. Uh-oh, you hear that top end on there? Take it off. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, let's blend. And now this is all about taste. Wherever you think it sounds good is where it is. That's the name of the game. If you say it sounds good, that's what it is. So just audition it. That's how I do it. It's like a plug-in. I do some moves to something, EQ moves, and then I bypass it and see if it actually made a difference for the better. Cool. That's snappy. Take a little more off. And don't forget, always check your tune. That's not bad. That's snappy. That's snappy too. So it's just taste. I think it's a little duller right here. Kind of up the middle. A little snappier right here, depending on what you want. And also, you know, okay. One more time. Sample, resample. And put it right here. Replace it. Right back to quick edit. Hey man. Now here's the thing. Let me do one more thing. Uh-oh. I'm glad I did that. Now let me turn my EQ off. Don't forget to turn your EQ off. These are your tools now. You don't forget to turn your power tool off. Don't forget to turn it off because it will trick you. Now it had good top end, but I was like, okay, where's the bass? Okay, now we're good. Now it's more mid-range, not so much at the top. But you had this. Now you got this. Before, after. Now, one more thing. You can keep going. You can keep going and going and going and going and going. You can start using effects. You can start using compressor. You know, compress it, get it how you want it, resample it. Once, you know, continue. Use effects, use reverb, use some delay, whatever it is you want to do.